two big announcements yesterday. There was the MegaBlock, what a great name, and then there was the SpaceX purchase of $17 billion worth of spectrum to be able to create, to go direct to mobile devices. Which one do you guys think is actually the bigger deal for Tesla, for specifically Tesla?
They're both huge deals. The Tesla is expanding in both of these. Well, Tesla and SpaceX are massively expanding in both of these areas. I think the energy business is really just under discussed, not understood by media. It's strange. Maybe there's just a lot more people that know how to cover oil and gas, and they don't realize that our energy grid is highly inefficient, and a lot of that energy could be stored and redistributed or used when needed, instead of having all these massive outages or high rates. So I think the MegaBlock announcement was really well managed, and they're going to 130 gigawatts of capacity. And that tells you a couple things. Number one, that tells you that Shanghai, that started in Q1, they said they're over 80 right now. Mm-hmm. So that tells you that they're getting more out of Lathrop probably, and Shanghai's like pretty much there and probably going to go much bigger. I wouldn't be surprised if they're finding, that factory doesn't have, like, call it generation 2 capex, that, they've got some speed inputs, they've got productivity inputs, and I wouldn't be surprised. I know they've put that factory in a box at 40 kilo. I wouldn't be surprised if it's much higher than that. And the product offering, so they're improving on multiple performance metrics. They're going to longer duration storage, which is not widely discussed, but that's going to make their system more efficient, per acre and of install, and it's going to serve other use cases for customers. So, and that's validating a space that they've been in, basically in the shorter duration this whole time. And all these orders, all these deliveries have been short duration coverage. So that was a big announcement. And then this SpaceX EchoStar announcement. I mean, if you're in the mobile industry and you're looking at these spectrum licenses, so I think this had the S-band in it. It had a bunch of satellite service spectrum in it. And if you look at the dollars involved, I mean, this is $17 billion over a couple of years. This is quietly playing. I tweeted this to Elon over a year and a half ago. I'm like, it looks like you're making a move in the mobile space. And basically, like, no, we're working with everybody, like, okay, a wink, wink, nod, nod. This is a big move. This, to me, looks like a mesh network is forming of his products, automobiles, bots, potentially, who knows, maybe some sort of handheld terminal, and where you can have a terrestrial mesh network, and then you can have this direct connection to satellite, and the trillions of dollars of capex that are installed for conventional cellular networks. Well, looks like there may be a better solution out there. So I don't know. I mean, there's still limitations, and there's still performance limitations. But if you see where the puck is going in terms of more and more of this world, how many people are talking on phones still versus messaging, communicating, data, applications back and forth. That's where this is heading, and that's where this solution is. So that is a very big announcement. I'm surprised it didn't get a lot more coverage. I think one of the reasons it didn't get a lot more coverage is anytime you turn the TV on, you're probably seeing a Verizon AT&T commercial. And I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how this whole thing is navigated. But it also, to me, shows that this government and I've seen a number of SpaceX announcements too with Starlink and expanding capacity and into underserved areas in the United States. It just feels like they're working really well with the administration. Like, it feels like this whole scare, and appropriately so, by the way, over the summer of, oh my God, the government's going to come down on Elon and his companies. I think, the reverse is actually happening. It's for good reason. They have the best products.
Yeah, they need them. I mean, so let's stick with this topic, and we'll go back to to the MegaBlock. The common theme here is that Elon and Tesla is going to build whatever they need to build, and they're going to own the whole vertical track to control what they need to do. I like what Farzad posted. He said that, if you think about everything that Elon's doing right now, it's all coming together. You got the battery supply chain that Tesla has. You got this XAI creating AI OS, AI apps. You got the inference chips with AI 6 when it comes with Tesla. You got this now. You've got Starlink's telecommunications. So you can basically have every one of your devices, your robots, your cars. He can make a phone. He can make any device and have instant connectivity, both data and now cell. So it's and that's one bit. And then on the MegaBlock, Omar asked them the question, and he confirmed. Well, I mean, I think they presented it last night too, that they are creating transformers, not just the Megapack 3s connected together, in an easy plug and play, but they are creating the transformers, which is the rate limiting step right now. It's like, I think there's 30% less transformers based on the demand and need out there. So these guys said, well, we'll have to create our own. Omar, do you want to talk about that? And then we'll get back to SpaceX.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much exciting stuff happening every day. It's so crazy. It feels like all these companies are really just executing at an amazing pace. And honestly, I think both of these are really important for Tesla, even though one of them is a SpaceX announcement. I think both of them are going to be really important for Tesla. So, acquiring the spectrum, 5G spectrum, before they had to partner with T-Mobile to offer Starlink direct to cell. Now they own their own spectrum. They don't need to partner with T-Mobile. They can basically start their own cell carrier and have an ordinary cell phone. You don't need a Starlink dish. Have an ordinary cell phone connect directly to that satellite and have 5G service. We're not talking about getting a few emergency texts out. We're talking about joining this space, streaming a YouTube video. So this is very powerful. And of course, all the existing robots and cars, Adam Jonas is going to be excited to hear, they already have these cellular radios and they can connect. So you're seeing another example of kind of just how powerful the Musk ecosystem is. A lot of this stuff isn't happening on balance sheet for Tesla, but when I call a robotaxi out to the middle of nowhere, it's now going to be able to connect to cellular even in a remote location, and probably get a very good deal on that, probably much cheaper than what AT&T is charging them today. So I think there's definitely a benefit there. Just like, XAI has had benefits for Tesla. They've been able to incorporate Grok into their cars without wasting billions, training their own LLM. They've been able to use X for messaging to communicate with their customers, things like that. This is a deal that's going to change people's lives. This is a deal that is probably going to save people's lives. We've seen how many people have just gotten access to the internet with Starlink, and I mean, now you don't need a dish. So this spectrum deal is really going to be incredibly valuable to SpaceX, and I think just sort of makes the Musk empire that much stronger, and is going to bleed over into Tesla as well. It's really kind of amazing. I would be kind of worried if I were working at one of the big three carriers. When Musk comes into any industry, he tends to bring disruption, and I'm really excited to see what they're planning to do with this spectrum. So then the Megapack announcement. I mean, this is really what sets Tesla apart from these other companies, which also offer batteries. and other products is innovation. They're always innovating. They're always focusing on ways to make it better. They're really engineering-led companies. And at a lot of these other companies, you've got great engineers, but it's really the salespeople or the marketing people or the lawyers who end up running the company, right? And innovation kind of takes the back seat. At Tesla, you're seeing them do things like with superchargers where they said, hey, well, what if we just poured 4 superchargers into a concrete slab at the factory and shipped it like that? And that way we don't have to do this at all the individual sites. And you're seeing a lot of that with the MegaBlock. They're just taking it and just making it drop dead simple, plug and play, just drop it in and get this online as fast as possible. So Tesla's now going to be making their own transformers. Before, you had a bunch of little mega packs, and you needed to take that and take the energy that was coming out of those mega packs and transform it into a higher voltage so that it could be sent over the power lines. So in addition to the mega pack, you needed all this additional equipment, and you had to work with the utility to get it, and you had to work with these outside suppliers, and you can guess what a mess that is on a case-by-case basis for all these megapack projects all around the world. Now the transformer is going to be built by Tesla. Elon has been saying, that we're going to have a shortage of transformers. They're going to be doing their part to help with that now. Built it right into the megapack. You just drop it in. It's just dead simple. So this is just, kind of what we're seeing with the supercharger, them just simplifying the offering, making it more powerful, making it just all integrated together, vertically integrated in a way that only Tesla really does, moving up the value chain there. So, I mean, it really just makes Megapack even better. And Megapack is really a bright spot for the business. It has higher margins than auto. It has faster growth than auto. I definitely agree with Jeff that people do not appreciate how many battery packs the world is going to need and what a central role these packs are going to play in building the 21st century grid that we need. The 21st century grid that we need to move all cars to electric, to power all these robots, to run all these AI data centers. They shared a figure, 10% of US power demand will be AI by 2030. Every one of these data centers is going to need a megapack, not only to provide battery backup. I mean, can you imagine you're doing a $2 billion training run of GPT-6 and you lose power and all the computers turn off? You're like, fuck. Yeah. So, and obviously to stabilize the voltage and everything like that. So we're going to need a lot of these mega packs, and this new mega pack MegaBlock is going to make it a lot easier to get those online.
I wish they spoke more about their plan to grow this business, because they announced MegaBlock, amazing, fantastic presentation. They were articulated very well, all the benefits, plug and play, simplicity, cost goes down, everything. This is a perfect product. Okay, now they say that they're currently manufacturing 80 gigawatts annually, but the world needs 2.3 terawatt hours annually. Well, how are we going to get there? So they've obviously said Houston is going to be, the Houston Megapack factory is going to be 50 gigawatt hours per year. Great. Where's the rest? I thought by now they'd be announcing, left, right, and center, more and more of these Megapack factories.
I think that event was the start. I haven't seen a Megapack event before.
True.
So, at least on a national or international stage, I know they had a ceremony for Shanghai, but I don't remember. Is there a ceremony for Lathrop? It kind of just opened. So I think this is the beginning. I think to your point, Herbert, I think it is something they haven't talked a lot about. And I think this is the beginning. By the way, on that note, not to switch topics, but if anybody saw the Apple event today and you saw the unveiling of the Apple Watch 11.
Oh, Mark's head goes up right away.
Yes.
And you saw the 5 different people or so give their their stories of how their Apple Watch saved their lives.
Yeah, that was a fantastic thing. Yeah.
I hate Apple, and I now have a deep respect for what they do, because of the battery gate or whatever. But beside that, like it's incredible engineering to that, like that. If you save one person, it's just so cool that a watch can do that and alert you that you're having a problem, get help. It's cool.
I mean, it's nowhere near right. You're right, and it's, I mean, what Tesla's doing with FSD. I mean, I've seen it with my own eyes in terms of things that FSD sees that saw before me or reacted before me. So if Tesla could harness that approach and tell those stories about FSD, I think it would go a long way for people to sign up for it, and B, to help with any, regulatory pushes that are needed. I mean, the data's needed regardless, but there is some amount of like campaigning and promotion that's needed. And I think the quality of the tech is there where, yeah, maybe a year ago we were clamoring for them to advertise about this because it was pretty good. Now it's amazing. And it seemed like it's getting to the point where it's like almost a disservice or a crime to not be telling that story. Anyway, that Apple Watch unveil and telling those 5 stories, I think was pretty powerful, and I think some Tesla could do.
Well, it's interesting because this weekend I had dinner with a person who proposed that. He said that he would fund if we could coordinate a group together to create exactly something like this before. But this is before we actually saw the Apple Watch video. But some video that shows 2 things: one is pollution, and the other one is autonomy, how it's saving lives. That Tesla's not doing, or we could support Tesla create more of these emotional, short, kind of videos to help tell that story, help it go viral. And so he asked me, he said, well, I'll fund it. You put together the team. And so if anybody here is a filmmaker, or if you're a documentarian, if you know how to take great photos, those kind of things, tell stories, contact me. I know that, Omar, you posted something today, and I was about to reply to you telling you this, that I might actually be spearheading this project. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Apple Watch sort of video was very powerful. You really felt the emotion hearing those stories that, I mean, this product literally saved their life. It's a good reminder that, technology can be very transformative in a good way. And yeah, I wish Tesla would do this with FSD. I mean, we all see the stories here on X where people say, oh, this happened or that happened. Sometimes they share dash cam video. Yeah, put those people on camera. Tesla isn't really good at doing this, but it doesn't even have to be an ad, right? This wasn't an ad. It was just a product video.
Yeah,
But
so that's we'll collect those stories. If you have a story like that, contact me, and I'll organize and coordinate this whole thing and try to get those stories videotaped and then put them together. Yeah,
I think Jeff's point is spot on, and I agree with you guys that, like, a campaign from shareholders and fans is good. But I really think Jeff's point is that Tesla should do it from their level, and I think it's just a matter of time, and we'll see it as soon as unsupervised gets launched.
true. Yeah.
Apple, by the way, also a MegaPack customer. They use it over at their headquarters. And, to your earlier point, I think they actually are scaling very rapidly. We have to give the team credit. So when they talk about 2.3 terawatt hours, which is about, 2,300 gigawatt hours worldwide, they're talking about all companies, including Tesla. This is really kind of longer term demand. And I mean, not that long ago, they didn't even have the Lathrop mega factory, right? Remember when they were building that? It was just a few years ago that they were building that first mega factory in Lathrop. That was really their first serious 40 gigawatt hour class facility. They've now followed that up with the mega factory in Shanghai. This factory, I think, is probably at scale going to do more than 50% of global megapack volumes. And then over in Texas, they're now going to be building the MegaBlock over in Houston. And that facility is going to do 50 gigawatt hours. So I think they are actually scaling up pretty rapidly. These mega factories, they require a lot less capex and specialized equipment compared to a vehicle manufacturing factory. It's a lot easier to set one up, frankly. So I think they probably need long term about 10 times the megapack output that we're going to see out of these 3 factories. So they'll get there over time, but I think they are actually moving quite quick with the Shanghai factory now online and Houston following up.
Yeah, I expected like a product, right? They took a couple of years to get the Lathrop up. They took 9 months to get the Shanghai up. And now that we're here in the 3rd or 4th, then they can go, okay, we got this. We know how to make this. Let's go faster. Unfortunately, we don't have the billions of dollars, right, Alexandra? Because 2 years ago, institutional analysts convinced Tesla to buy back stock. And so we don't have any more money.
We don't have any more money. Well, we have lots of billions, but not for
joking.
that.
I'm joking.
I do believe there's no buyback now, but
of course
there is a theory that there may actually be a buyback, and I don't hold your breath, in 3, 4, 5 years.
Sure.
Because there is actually a theory, and Tomer Hakuen is a good account to follow on that because he's always thinking years and years ahead. And again, I haven't thought this through, but I've read his theory that Tesla needs to reduce the then outstanding share amount because there would be too much dilution. And that could be the buyback could be a good way of settling Elon's option execution and the part that is designated for tax payments. Because I think we all don't speak enough when we talk to journalists, and I'm the first one to be wrong on that side, that yes, Elon may get $1 trillion, but nearly half of that is going to go.
Yeah, 400 billion goes to taxes and 100 billion has to pay to Tesla, right? To convert
exactly.
it.
So, and I think that's a good point to make for all these people who scream that this is so much money, because actually the whole American state is going to get much richer.
Alexandra, back up a step. I feel like the audience missed the point. Can you dumb it down for the audience?
You mean the stock buyback?
Yeah, like because traditionally stock buyback, it means they've run out of innovation, they got nothing better to do than buy back their stock.
This is not at all for this reason. This is not at all for this reason. It has nothing to do and has actually nothing to do really with cash. It would be a financial operations at the moment where a lot of the milestones for Elon are hit, and they would have to start, paying for it, and then paying for taxes and all that. So there's a whole triangle, and one way of doing that could be of softening that could be with buybacks. Now, again, this is years to go. So all of those short-term people who think, "Oh, wonderful! I heard stock buyback. Let's do calls or whatever." Don't. There are no long enough calls around at the moment for anything like that. But this could be, a completely atypical solution for stock buyback. This has nothing to do with the fact we're a boring company now, and the only way of making our investors happy is by stock buybacks. Nothing to do with that. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's a financial operations to not dilute the outstanding shares too much. And it would make us all happy at that very point, right? Because just the cake would get more dense, and that's a good thing for all of us. But again, this is a theory. I'm not sure this is going to happen. I don't think we should talk about stock buyback now because there's nothing for the 2-3 years to come at least.
We're just going to gloss over the fact that Herbert's having dinner with people trying to fund multi-million-dollar media campaigns.
Yes, and we should also just
Herbert,
make sure
you're like
that
big time now.
Is not recycling this, and the title on his YouTube video is going to be TBM predicts stock buyback.
I won't do that.
Jeff, can you hear Alexandra?
Did that joke fall flat?
No, Jeff.
No,
can
I'm
you hear
yapping.
Alexandra?
Can he not hear me?
Herbert,
Or maybe I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything.
Herbert,
Get out of here.
Xander?
I hear you.
Jeff, we hear you. Herbert, did you hear me that I'll kill you?
I heard you.
Jeff,
I will not do that.
Demote him.
Oh.
Just kick him out. He's using.
Oh, I'm there.
Oh, you're back?
Can you hear?
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, listen to you.
Oh,
Kick me out.
I'm just saying, you're
Jeff, I was about
over
to
here
kill Herbert.
talking over
Did you not
Alexandra.
hear that?
I did not do anything. Come on, guys. Oh gosh, lost control again, as always.
It's Jeff's
Oh,
fault. It's blame Jeff.
that is incredible information there, Alexandra. Always so good. This is a great conversation, guys. This is information that we wouldn't get anywhere else.
So I
Where
was
do we want to? Yeah, go ahead.
Herbert. I was thinking, Omar was doing his thing, so I don't want to interrupt. But is there such a thing as horizontal integration versus vertical? Maybe that's a question for Jeff, because I feel like
Ask Jeff.
SpaceX and Tesla. Next thing you know, we got Neuralink, boring. Like it seems like you say,
Yeah.
Musk economy is just it's not vertical integration. We have this opportunity that's horizontal as well.
Yeah, and those companies are helping each other out. They're all kind of they're separate, but they're definitely there's some overlaps where they can help each other out, and they are. Like Tesla and SpaceX share a common metallurgy team, which metallurgy is everything when you're engineering the body mechanics of a vehicle or spaceship. So yeah, I mean there is, and it's happening. It's how XAI is powered through Tesla Megapacks, and it's really setting the standard for that. So yeah, I think it's happening. And just on that note, if anybody saw what's happening, with the whole AI trade and saw the Oracle earnings, they missed the top and bottom line, but they guided. Their backlog increased like 359%. They just didn't guide for a year. They guided like 5 years out. And even like 4 or 5 years out, they see this growing at a rate that's much higher than anticipated by analysts. And why am I bringing that up? Well, the reason I'm bringing it up is it's moving. It's not that it's moving away from chips and GPUs. Those are still, those things are going to power all this for the next 5 years. But it's now in the data center, and you've seen, Google, Microsoft, everybody's kind of blowing up on the data center side, especially the AI data center, and it's moving. Now it's moving into physical real world AI, and that their time in the sun is coming for physical real world objects that utilize AI. It's coming. This Oracle, Oracle's up like 25% or something after hours, some insane number for a company that had like a $400 or $500 billion market cap. To go up that much is insane. So anyway, just the point is, I think it's coming. It's shifting. The balloon is squeezing towards, okay, where are these AI applications actually going to land? And it's not a bubble. So anyway, I just thought that was relevant.
Less than a week ago, Elon posted step 1, buy a boatload of GPU, step 2, question mark, step 3, profit. And then I did not realize that he was referring to a South Park meme. But anyways, now I know.
With South Park meme, Jeff, can you tell us about Oracle before the earnings and pop and stuff?
I've been positive on them for a while. Just the point is like, what?
I didn't see a DM. I didn't see nothing. I could have given a text message, something. Come on.
Yeah, I've given plenty of insights.
Insights, they're not inside info. Okay.
Well, maybe you should have a subscription service, and then like I'll give you money, and then you give me your wisdom.
That's what the space is for. Okay, people listen and they get really good info from Jeff. So. And others, of course.
And Herbert is the only one making money.
Exactly.
You still don't get it.
I get it. It's time to unionize.
No, it's fine. No, it's. I think the point there, it's moving, it's shifting. I think it's fascinating. It's just fascinating to watch. Then it's going to go from the data center then to what, and I think it's going to be these real world objects that you can buy and use, but it's going to take a while for them to get to scale, unless it's a Tesla vehicle, which are they really are at scale already. So anyway, it's just fascinating the amount of liquidity that's available for this. It's unbelievable to see a stock of that size move like that. Anyway. Okie doke.
Yeah, Xander, do you have an answer to why this Tesla stock looks like it's got a good sentiment? It looks like people are buying it. Options are through the roof. And people buy stock, goes up a little bit, and then it goes back down. What's going on?
I mean, that's a hard question to answer. I'd say comp package will be treated as guidance, but I think we need to have it actually, voted on, and then then you can really bank on it, because we know Elon is bad with timelines, but he delivers, and he's talked about 20 trillion, and here we have 8.5 trillion. So it seems very reasonable and measured. In terms of technicals, to answer your question, it really makes sense for the stock to pull back here to about 330, 335, right around where Elon's got locked in there. But if you look at like the 200-day moving average, 50-day moving average, we're in this channel, and my suspicion is the market is waiting for the interest rate announcement next week. And then once you have that, September is a really bad month. Historically, it's the worst month for stocks. So I would urge you guys to go listen to last night's FX Evolution video on YouTube, and he breaks down the history very, very well, to where you can hear kind of the sentiment of what's expected. But my guess is that you'll have this rotation that occurs into consumer discretionary, which Tesla still is. And then that actually ties me into Alexandra's point about 2026 being where Tesla will get re-rated. And so, not good.
Alexandra, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your
Go ahead.
plan to get Tesla to be re-rated? Where are you at with that? Alexandra, that's your next big project after the vote, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we can shame them into it, but honestly, it won't have any impact anymore. I think nobody takes these people seriously anymore. I mean, of course, we deserve a better rating, but we have better conditions in the market. Whenever Tesla goes out, be it for repackaged leases, when they do them as asset-backed securities, or when they go into their little debt arrangements, all these are the conditions a AAA company gets, because that's the only point when the rating really matters.
We're not referring to that kind of rating. I thought we're referring to the tech bucket.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, completely right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
pay attention, Alexandra. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry, Xander. I was paying attention, but not good enough. So the tech bucket change for the S&P, we will know quite a while ahead of time, because, I mean, this discussion actually should happen now. First of all, I think they should install, this is independent from Tesla, but they should install an AI and robotics bucket. This should already exist today, because not only Tesla would move into it. And I have that on my to-do list now for a couple of weeks. There's just always something more important to do, to actually write an article on this and start this whole movement. Because the whole technology sector is not ready for this. This is not set. The whole stock exchange way that it's done, and that would be the ideal bucket that Tesla moves into when it changes from consumer discretionary to, well, whatever it is. So what we have to work on is actually educating the market first, and it is on my list, but it's quite low because of the proxy at the moment.
Yes, understood. Yeah.
Wait, not understood. Alexandra, there's about 10,000 people, almost 11,000 people that really want you to prioritize for their options. Wait.
Proxy is priority, dude.
Yes, but right after that, we want to be in the tech bucket, not in the consumer discretionary, although rotation will occur into consumer discretionary shortly.
Yeah.
Actually, you're a worse slave driver than Herbert is.
Exactly. I was trying to give her time. Give her time, okay? She's
no.
Okay, that's great. Good update there, guys. Okay, great. Okay, so any other last comments on MegaBlock? What a great name, isn't it? Like Legos and Mega Blocks that connect together like Lego pieces. And when I heard about that, it sounded very similar. I guess not, but similar to the Unbox model, right? They just simplify, connect things easier. Instead of the 26 cables, it's just now 3 in a bus bar. Just connect so easily.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, and then the Spectrum. I think that's going to show up somewhere. I mean, they spent 17 billion. 8.5 was in cash. 8.5 in SpaceX shares. They badly wanted this. That is a huge win for EchoStar to get that. This is a big deal. They really wanted to win this. Last comments, guys. Jeff is already swimming in his pool. Drink on hand.
Yeah, he likes to do that.
You're working.
I know you are.
Jeff, the way they treat you and me, I mean, I can't believe this.
That's not true. We love him. We love him. Love him. Just joking. Okay.
Wait, what's this they? We're all against Herbert. Focus.
Xander, you are flip-flopping, flip-flopping, but never mind.
Xander was trying to throw me out of the space.
Yeah, there you go.
You couldn't hear us. You couldn't hear us.
I know, but I didn't even get a chance to even talk. Like, throw him out. Get him out.
Like 30 seconds of Jeff. Go back. Go listen.
Get him out of here.
All right. Well, I'm going to throw all of you out right now. Thank you, Omar. Thank you, Alexander and Jeff and Xander. We're going to close down the space now.
Good job, guys. That was fun.
See you Thursday. Improve.
See you guys. Yes.
See you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye. Bye, love. I've created a website that is the most comprehensive resource for the Tesla investor. Please check it out. Simply go to my website at herbertong.com.